Hello everyone, what is good? It's Weebins here, and today I am joined by
Avian, and we are back with more Mountain West Conference action here on twitch.tv/SJSU Esports. Very excited to get into this one. Rocket League team has definitely not been performing up to par compared to last year. Got some really tough opponents. Had to deal with, Mountain West champions, Mountain West champion caliber talent, and now trying to see if they can squeak by with a win here in the conference, now playing against the University of New Mexico.
Yeah, brutal bracket we've really been through. So far looks so good, no bad starts like we've seen some of the other games, but still very, very fast play going on from the start. Jacob, nice clear though, outside of the goal.
Yeah, I mean, SJSU, despite not being too unfamiliar with the collegiate Rocket League scene, playing within the Mountain West Conference, a little bit of a new thing. We had those play 5 brackets before, and now we're finally getting to play some people who we play in some of our real sports like football and basketball.
Yeah, exactly. We're in the big leagues now. I think this has definitely been a trial for our team throughout this year, and we hope to see if they can stand up to it. Although so far, back and forth in front of the goal, BU.
Oh my gosh, BU, what a save.
Yeah, barely manages to clear that in time, and a demo too, a chance to score, but no luck as there was no one else to follow. Now looking back at the goal once again.
Yep, BU trying to say here, remain in this goalkeeper role, has been so prominent, keeping it to what seemed like surefire shots out of the SJSU net.
Oh, nice cross to the center. Gets denied though. Now Jacob looking to clear it out, but once again, the balls just keep straying left and right. And now a demo on the Cayenne Wolf. Perhaps another chance for... No. Actually, a nice shot above him. Now putting on the opposite side of the field.
And Brandon from New Mexico side, great save from him as well. As you can see, the roles are kind of getting established as this game continues to develop. BU trying to be that defensive turret that SJSU needs. Has been allowing way too much offense from opposing teams, so now just has one posted up in the goal.
Yeah, I think definitely one of our bigger concerns. Wow. Well, unfortunate there from Brandon. Just gets it barely under there. But with teams that particularly play a bit faster, they seem to have a bit more cohesion here. I do feel like the players themselves on both sides are kind of looking more on their 1v1s. Like, there are definitely marks, like especially with how they are changing within the field themselves, especially when the side shift. And so far, no overwhelming number difference yet in front of goals and, in the defense yet. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that.
Yeah, I mean, a 1 goal difference in Rocket League is... I would definitely say you're definitely not in the safe zone yet. Like, if you're UNM, you still got to continue to put this pressure on. If you're SJSU, the mental's still probably pretty good. Feeling like there isn't too much that you can't do to try to bring this lead back.
Achilles a chance in front of an open goal, but just not able to get in the right direction now. Just running back and forth here. Just catching stray balls, ending up in the backfield right now as trying to set up something here on the center there, but just nothing found.
Don't know if I like that from Cayenne Wolf. Didn't really do too much in terms of playing the ball, and now has to try and get some of that boost back.
Yeah, the boost management looking a little low on SJSU here. Got to take some time to take a reset here as BU tries to push it forward in front of the goal, but no one else is there right now, and there's no one else to follow.
Yep, and there it is, that burst management coming into play. No real help for BU there on that sequence.
Just seeing a lot of balls flying back and forth, really, and no follow-up in between. I mean, I will say there's been a fair amount of denial. Oh, gets the bounce on it. Jacob reads the timing well to block it, but from the side, Achilles tries to look for anything, but not there. However, Jacob gets a demo with Cayenne Wolf. 2-man attack on the goal. Right into center field and scores it in the right corner as BU from this midfield manages to get the rebound there and score a goal for SJSU, tying the series up.
I love that there. I mean, was just watching a video recently on how people do not like the demo and how it can really affect the positioning, the field of play for your opponents. We see it off there. It seemed like Brandon. Oh my gosh, Jacob, before he can even finish the point, goes ahead and gets SJSU in front. What a rebound off of that initial possession.
Yeah, off the kickoff is crazy, and that was one of the things SJSU had problems with, especially facing the other teams, getting a good start, getting a good lead, and maintaining it. Being in the driver's seat, I think this is where you want to be, regardless of which team you are, and it definitely puts less strain on your mental compared to just clawing back up from a 3 or 2 point deficit.
100%. And one of the things that we did get to see showcased here is this defensive prowess from San Jose State. I mean, despite that goal coming there very early in the first game, BU trying to get something going here. Doesn't quite connect. However, Jacob sure does. Great stop by Brandon on the other side. Cayenne Wolf trying to keep this pressure going.
Yeah, and it just seems like University of New Mexico scrambling a little bit just to cover their bases here, but gets a chance for a counterattack. However, all 3 players are ready.
All 3 players are ready. All 3 players have the boost needed to contest. See it there. The 1-minute warning is here. Still plenty of opportunity for New Mexico to tie. SJSU can't stop clutching their pearls just yet. Brandon almost just showed them Exhibit A.
Yeah, corner shot. Not quite there. Very, very close. Kai tries to bounce it off the pass, but not there. BU denying once again. And now 30 seconds remain. Can SJSU hold this 1-point lead? They're trying to just clear the ball, get it off of their side. And New Mexico are forced to play forward.
If you are SJSU here, you know the name of the game. 15 seconds left. Keep it controlled. Keep it low. You do not want to give UNM an opportunity to keep that last second going.
Yeah, and that last kick might just seal the deal here. As once the ball touches the ground here, it should be game. And the first game finally going to SJSU.
Yep. Rare SJSU hot start. Get things kicked off here. Mentioned before, played very tough competition. New Mexico already proving themselves to be in that echelon as well. Getting the first blood of this game. I mean, we saw the really aggressive counterattack come out from San Jose State. But at the end of the day, we got to remember the first players to strike came from the Lobos.
Yeah, exactly. And, this is one of those slippery slope things you got to be careful about, right? When players start to feel confident, they'll go for riskier plays. They might pull off more insane shots. I definitely think SJSU as an esports program in general is a very momentum-based program. You can't explain it. You just have to watch the games and like when players on any team get a hot start, they will keep that lead going. And when they have to play from behind and start a little bit later, that's where you start to see some of the struggles.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, I feel like especially in collegiate, you tend to see those trends. But with San Jose State, it is on a different level.
Yeah.
I've seen some crazy upset start just from a slight bit of a lead.
Oh, but open goal. Cayenne barely in front of it. Trying to get creative with it, but gets denied. BU actually carry it all the way over from the goal.
What was that? We're going to get a chance to look at it on the replay. Flips and tricks in the air. Gets the wheels on. It allows for the flip reset right in the top corner. Absolute masterclass from BU here, not only on defense, but now on the offensive side of the ball as well.
Yeah, beautiful dribble from the other side. Perfect usage of the boost there. And no one from New Mexico seems to be answering right now. As it seems right now, they're just trying to just start anything, but SJSU are just relentless as Jacob gets a demo here.
Oh my gosh. BU, say it ain't so. Say you don't have 2 goals in the opening 40 seconds of the game.
Yeah, I mean, this is the amount of goals we got last game, and we already did it in less than a minute. SJSU feeling themselves right now.
Man, I mean, no pun intended. That's really what takes the gas out of the tank, right, Weave? It's just like you never want to not only go down 2-0 this early on, but to go down 2-0 in the type of fashion that these people have been able to cook up is just, it's not too good for the mental. UNM's going to need to do a lot to try to come back.
I will say that, in past weeks, there have been connectivity issues. There have been PC issues, scheduling issues. And it seems that finally in this third week, SJSU are trying to pull it together. And Cayenne Wolf just,
Yikes.
finally waking up to everyone at SJSU wants this win.
Love that there. Everyone getting involved either with that assist or with the goal as well. Goals now from 2 of the 3 on the SJSU squad, and then Jacob getting them handshakes.
Yep, pick off again. Cayenne Wolf looking for another goal. Overshoots a little bit, but Jacob behind.
Ooh, Jacob wanted his own piece of the pie. SJSU overextends a little bit, able to go back and recover though.
Yeah, just a bit ambitious, but you can't blame him when you're in this leading position now. Brandon trying to carry it over, denied once again.
I love that, though. You got the 3-0 lead. You know, let's try to have a little bit of fun with it. Like, you know, obviously, you don't want to try to give up some of those goals, especially in a pivotal game like Game 2. But if you've got the lead, you know, who knows? Maybe you could try something.
It definitely is also more of a strain if you're on the receiving end of this, just because you're trying to force a play. You're trying to just move the ball forward. And when it just keeps being forced in these tense back and forth across the midfield, across your side of the field particularly, it's just hard to find the right moments to come together and, you know, work with your other teammates to find a goal.
Man, you tried to style on him once again. Not going to find it this time, though.
Yeah, not going to find that same goal he found at the start. But once again, a demo on him. Now perhaps giving a chance to attack, but Jacob ready to just receive it. And a nice kick from Kyan Wolf, not quite in the post.
Oh, Brandon, crazy save. Jacob, crazy demo. Now SJSU trying to string together another goal, presenting possession. Gets past two there, sets it up for Kyan Wolf. Only has to tap it in to extend this SJSU lead to 4.
Yeah, nice assist there from BU to set it up beautifully for Kyan in front of an open goal. And, you know, when you are behind this much, you do start to tunnel vision on some of the finer details. You know, you will just maybe get a little overzealous for some of these possessions. You might forget about your defense, or you might just commit everything to offense. And finding a nice punish as just you continue forward.
I think that when you have built a lead like this, you almost earn the right to experiment, earn the right to try to do some of the stuff that you've been practicing there in the practice tool. So far, BU has been the one to show off the most in regards to his bag of tricks, but you know what? Jacob and Kyan Wolf also been pulling out some of the sauce.
I will say everyone is pulling out their weight. There are players that are a bit more known for their scoring, but to be fair, it is a team game, right? And in the end, the better team wins, whether that's just from one player or 3 players in a team being able to take on one individual. That's just you perfectly showing that when they're in sync, they are a force to be reckoned with.
Man, this is a scary spot here for the Lobos. 3 SJSU players all downfield trying to make this happen, extending the lead to 5. Not quite going to be there, though. Kyan Wolf finds possession once again, has to win a 1v1, but Achilles comes in with the assist, and 2 demos out here for UNM.
Yeah, surely you would think this is a chance to get an offensive goal, but just recovering barely in time. SJSU managed to scramble in front for now, denying everything. The ball goes in front and back in front of the goal, and it just keeps sailing it right in front of it, not even touching the posts.
Cool, calm, and collected. Only way to describe this SJSU defense so far. Has given up lots of space, has been bending, but so far hasn't broken.
Yeah, the tip of the spear still staying sharp for the Spartans here. As Kyan Wolf looks to bring it forward again with the rest of his team ready to support. Oh, that bounce could have definitely gone in if he got the right angle, but BU.
Yeah, it was looking like
goes up.
Looking like Kyan Wolf didn't even get a wheel on the ball. Shot indicator coming out there for Jacob.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen some insane rear wheel shots from other series too, where you just wonder. It is one of the most difficult shots to hit in this game by far. You know, just knowing the momentum of your car, knowing when to flip correctly. So, you know, props to SJSU for trying, right?
Right.
You got to respect the style points, of course. But speaking of style, SJSU taking this in a convincing fashion, 4-0 now in the second game, looking to make the series done quick.
Yeah, says, listen, we all got midterms to study for, man. This is the semester system. We cannot be messing around here. Just got to pick up these conference W's where they lie so we can get back to, you know, being good not only on the virtual soccer field with cars, but also in the classroom as well. Very important tenet for SJSU esports.
Yeah, I mean, in particular, it is kind of a known thing that if you are in a program, a competitive program, you do have certain obligations you must meet academically, physically, and as a student. So, you know, you got to be a decently rounded person. Not the most well-rounded person, but a decently rounded person. And doesn't matter as we get back into the game. Enough academic talk. Let's talk soccer.
Yeah, I'm like, believe me, the last thing I want to be talking about are these midterms. Second to last thing, though, is the hot start here for UNM. Trying to get their get back early. Only took 8 seconds to put some points on the board.
Yeah, maybe a bit excited there from the highs given last game. SJSU giving up a goal pretty fast. Gotta be a bit more aware here.
Honestly, though, if I'm SJSU, I am not super worried. Outcome of this game doesn't, I don't want to say it doesn't matter. Obviously, I mean, getting the sweep, great thing that you want going into the following weeks of conference play. But, I mean, at the end of the day, it comes down to getting to the W. You pretty much have zero information on the playstyle of UNM in regards to how they like to play with the lead. And that will be very short-lived because BU goes ahead, scores another goal for the series. Now tied up once again. SJSU might try to pull in front.
Yeah, beautifully gets it over all three defenders. BU from the right side, from the right wing, ties this game up very fast. Now looking off kickoff again. BU gets possession of the ball again.
I was going to say, I was like, no way. We was not again.
Yeah, if you're UNM, you're definitely sweating every time you see him.
Ooh.
And Jacob with a nice assist from Kyan Wolf. Look at that cross from into the left side there.
I love that there. I mean, you were saying it before. Jacob, definitely somewhat of a role player here on this SJSU roster. Finally getting his own chance to get some flowers. Picking up what I believe is his first goal so far in the series.
Yeah, maybe we'll have to review the VOD later for that when we do our weekly recap that we always do. But that aside, a quick demo on the BU. Gonna be a little nervous here, but...
Ooh, wow. Kai once again goes ahead, gets his second goal, and that one was a beautiful touch. Look here at the misdirection, goes right into the pocket. Nothing SJSU could have done about that one.
Yeah, especially off the first demo on the BU. Only two defenders able to get there and no one able to cover on that angle. So Kai finding a nice chance to strike back. Getting this game into a tie once again, showing that no one wants to go down easily.
Yep, I love that there. UNM, they saw what happened last game. They assessed it, and they didn't say, all right, we're just going to go down with our heads laying low. What we're going to do is we're going to go back, hit them hard in the mouth in game number 3, and so far the game plan has kept them in the series.
Yeah, I will say that, you know, when you are feeling yourself, you get a little more free-flowy with maybe some of your set play, some of your strats, and that can be a double-edged sword at times. You know, it can make you hard to predict sometimes, especially if you're the enemy team playing from a deficit, but when you're tied or maybe when you're trying to gain back momentum here, it makes things a bit overcomplicated. Maybe more than it needs to be.
Yeah, I mean, as we see there, utilizing all 99 bursts to try to get some positioning. Jacob tries to set up himself. Would have been crazy. He doesn't quite get there. And what do you know? Jacob blocks his own goal. Ends up disguising it as a pass to Kyan Wolf. And once again, the lead changes in the favor of SJSU.
I mean, that was an insane sequence of events, right? Jacob trying to get it over, gets blocked by the defender. Kyan Wolf, after passing it to him, finds the angle on the right side of the post to score that one for SJSU. And we still got 3 minutes left, so everyone's going full throttle right now. And speaking of full throttle, off the kickoff, another shot attempt denied.
This is insane. We have seen, I believe, 3 different lead changes come out here in this game so far. And we still have 3 minutes left to go.
Yep, demo on the offense might put a stop to this attack. Kind of trying to just clear this, but no dice. Finally, gets cleared here, and UNM are just looking to regroup right now.
BU trying to get a smooth shot once again right into the corner. Ends up getting blocked there by UNM.
Yeah, all the players just scrambling midfield, trying to just keep this ball on the opposite side right now. You're going to try to sail it over, but gets denied once again. Now Kai just looking to see if he can clear this themselves and tries to pass over midfield. Jumps over BU, but not able to bounce it over into the goal. And now a nice rebound here. Another shot attempt quickly shut down here. It's getting intense. The tempo of play is definitely accelerated from the first 2 games that we've seen.
Oh, yeah. It's like, I mean, it's like you can just tell, I mean, just from every movement, how hungry UNM is to win this thing. Not just the set, but just to get this game to try to get back in here. Wow, BU, what a save once again. Has been everywhere on this field, both offense and defense.
Yeah, and the thing is, because it does seem like UNM are feeling the pressure. They're running in, they're running out of boost, and they're getting demoed all over. And that really hurts when they're trying to just find an advantage on the offensive side here.
So far, all of the UNM offensive output coming at the hands of Kai. However, SJSU on the other side spreading the ball around, spreading the love, and trying to see if they can spread out their fingers to make a W at the end of the day.
Oh, tried to cross the BU there, but no boost to follow up. Unfortunately, just from running back and forth. I'm just going to look to play some defense here. Achilles trying to see if he can set up anyone, set up a goal. And oh my gosh, there are just 4 cars in front of the goal going back and forth.
And a little bit of a sketchy defensive play there from SJSU, but just as you mentioned that the pace was really, really speeding up, SJSU looks at that and slows it right back down.
I mean, they're just basically following the ball from the side and just trying to mess up any of the shots that are trying to go in. And 30 seconds now on the clock. Bounces over Jacob. Gets the last touch to save it.
All right, 20 seconds left.
And Jacob once again beautifully clearing on the opposite side now. Just trying to keep it there for the next 16, 15 seconds on the clock. And New Mexico now starting to sweat a little here.
Yeah, but once again, defensive effort by BU and Kai and Wolf has been putting in the work. That was almost a crazy shot. But regardless, not going to be enough. SJSU makes quick work of UNM to take home their first victory in the Mountain West.
Well, I think second technically because one team defaulted, unfortunately, due to unforeseen circumstances. But, you know, I think if you're the Rocket League team, you're going to be glad to finally, I believe, have an even record of 2-2. I could be wrong. You may have to check the website for that or not. I'm not quite sure when they will update that. But regardless, quick games, and we are happy to see that SJSU are starting to regain their mojo.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, even though that not that scorecard, those standings do say 2-2, it doesn't feel like 2-2 if it's a DQ. That's one of the things about competitors that really, you know, you got to have dialed in, especially from the spectator perspective, is even if the record says something, the way you feel about your gameplay could say a completely different record. In this case, SJSU, in regards to games that they played, they haven't been able to pick up that fabled W. Now they come in, they're like, all right, we're going to have a brand new approach to the game. We're going to be able to pick it up. We're going to be able to slow things back down. And it has worked perfectly, netting not only the first victory that they've played in, right, but also one that is incredibly dominant and showcases the strengths of every player on the field.
Yeah, I mean, definitely a statement to be had here if you're SJSU, and you're going to look to continue this momentum, even if it's just from one small win. And I guess that will make it a very, very brief Rocket League stream.
Yeah.
Although, for once, we are happy to see it. I think we're both happy to see that. We don't have to have our heads down. And this will conclude today's Mountain West games. It's been Weebins.
Yep, and Avian, be sure to tune in tomorrow. We have even more Mountain West action here at SJSU Esports. This time is going to be running it back against the University of New Mexico. But instead of the field, we're going to be taking it to the battlefield instead. Smash Bros. Ultimate. Be sure to come through. It's going to be a great time. But for now, it's going to be us signing off. Get to studying for your midterms.
Yep, be good academic students and stay tuned for more surprises like maybe Pokemon card openings or more weekly recaps. Take care.